Yeah.
I think we've covered a good bit tonight, Robert. I don't know about
Yeah.
you. I might go off and have a little dram or something. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I was going to have a little drink. Do you want to get your drink? We'll have a Friday night drink before we finish up.
Well, mine's is all downstairs, unfortunately. But what you having?
Oh, look, I heard so much about this in the States. Have you heard of this drink?
Oh yeah, for all the wrong
Did you
reasons.
have you
No,
heard of
what are you doing?
this?
What are you doing?
I have never tried. I've never tried this. And I, and seemingly this is one of the biggest sellers in America.
It
Seemingly.
was
Now,
until recently, but now they say you're the only customer in a month, so they're going to get sponsorship, maybe.
yeah.
You want to tell
Anyway,
people what we're talking about? Because I know the Americans will
yeah,
probably of it, but what about everyone here?
yeah. Well, um, this okay. This is. I mean, only in America, Mark, could they do this. Anyway, in America, there was this guy who identifies as a woman, but sorry, there was a guy who identifies himself as a girl because he did this year of transitioning, and every day he was doing a video. 200th day of being a girl. So he always used the word girl when he was doing his videos, and I think us here in Ireland and England, we're kind of more familiar with Dame Edna Everage. Dame, what was her name? His name, the guy that he was the comedian, but he was always he was dressed in
Yeah, he
drag,
recently just
and he was
passed.
exactly the Australian actor. And
Yeah.
it's a very benign experience. He was much loved, laughed, the comedian, and people forget there's a very very long tradition of men acting as women in even in Shakespearean time. So it's not like it's something that modern phenomenon. It's centuries old, even the Greeks. But this guy, he's not acting it out. He actually believes he's a girl. Okay, so what was his name? Uh, he kept his. Anyway, he's the Americans will know who he is. Anyway,
Dylan
he
Mulvaney.
gets an inch. That's the guy, Dylan
Yeah.
Mulvaney. So he kept his name, and he gets an interview with Joe Biden. So I think it all went a bit crazy after the president interviewed him and said, "This guy is really serious." Like, and then all of these American corporations are flogging their merchandise on him. You had Nike, he was giving him a bra. You had all of the cosmetic companies and God knows what. They're tampons. This guy is advertising tampons. I mean, it beggars belief where he's putting these things. And the, so a beer company, it's Ansbacher Bush in the US, a beer company. They sent him a can of Bud Light with his face on it. I mean, my thoughts when I saw this, a beer company's asking a girl, because, in the modern world, we're supposed to call him what he is. He's a girl. It's like asking a girl to advertise beer. But, where did this craziness? And he's there sitting in a bathtub with pearls on him and God knows what, with tons of cans of Bud Light, and he's drinking it. And it just blew up in America. And I think even in the left now in Ireland, there was a Sinn Féin councillor, and he's asking the question, when did it become so complicated? And I think we're all asking the question. We've arrived to 2023, and we have to conform to this, because this is where it enters the Catholic world. We have to conform to this standard that the world is pushing on it. If somebody says they are something, then we have to affirm, oh, okay, you say you are that, well, we'll affirm that. And really, I mean, is this where we've arrived? So I just think this drink now is kind of the poster child of what is the craziness of what. But I've got to just try it and see, because I've never tried it.
Well, remember though that the whole point of this going viral is the fact that so many people are refusing to now buy it. They're losing millions a week on sales, and celebrities and other people, anyone, they're putting up photos of emptying it into the sink. You're seeing stores, all the beer's gone, but there's a whole rack of Bud Light and no one's touching it. And you know what? That shows you the fact that society ain't accepting it. They're fed up with one thing then another. And this is
Yeah.
the one people are saying, come on, enough. They might
It would,
obey the rules at work to keep their job, there's a difference between submitting to it and I think I said that before, I forget what it is. You're going along with it, but you're not accepting it to that point. And this is people
Yeah.
controlling their own expenses, and buying you anymore. And that'll always be, I say that at the beginning, whether it's the church, whether it was Martha Luton getting the African Americans back in the day. The reason they started sitting at the front of the bus or anywhere is because they protested and stopped going on the buses. The buses lost all the money. So then that's how it changed. Hit them with the finance. And that's exactly what people are doing with Bud Light. They're saying enough of that, you know?
Yeah. It tastes like watered down Corona. It's like you took a bottle of Corona and you put
And
water.
there's
It
nothing in it,
doesn't.
there's not much taste to it.
It's nothing. I don't know how people. I mean,
It's for
controversy
girls.
aside, where it must have been. I mean, but I don't think even that demographic is even buying it anymore. But like, it's just this culture wars that you have in the US is. You're just there watching. How do you get to this stage? How do we get? And now they have Transformers, yeah, cartoons pushing. A little girl says, "Well, I'm non-binary now, and this, and my pronouns are she/they," and there, gosh, like, it's just the lunacy is beyond crazy. I mean, you think of these companies, they're saying, our products are so amazing, we had to find somebody that isn't a woman to advertise them. I mean, really, I wonder will these companies wake up and realize what they're doing. But anyway, I
Yeah.
just thought the Bud Light phenomenon over the States is just it drew so much attention, even from Catholic bloggers, because you have Michael Knowles and others now talking about it. I just thought it was fascinating, the whole debate.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they're going to do as a U-turn as a business because it's costing them very, very much, apparently, and it seems to
Yeah,
be lasting as well. Um,
yeah,
well, let's pray for the poor soul and everyone else as well in that way, because again, we're not laughing at them or judging them.
no,
You never, it's unclear in the catechism, we never do anything that'll take away the dignity of the human being, even if we don't agree with it,
exactly.
even if I just don't understand in this day and age, these past couple of years, mental health is getting all the promotion of mental health, but this one exception has nothing to do with mental health. You just need to accept it. Some
Yeah,
some of us still like to use reason and rationality.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, we just need
I
to keep
agree.
praying for it because it's going to come to a conclusion at some point. And again, this is me goes back to what Our Lady in Heaven's preparing us for. Everything in that mix, and just like that, we're
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
Eucharistic rain.
yeah, exactly. It's coming. It's gonna
Yeah,
come.
amen. I know.
Um,
Things coming sooner than later.
yeah,
I'll leave that there
keep
with
praying.
you. Yeah, keep praying, mate.
Okay.
It's great having you back on again, and hopefully we'll get
Thanks very
a
much.
routine and get some more coming.